From the studios of Staten Island Community Television, you're watching Ringside Highlights, number 40. I'm your host, Mr. Ringside Eddie Gunz. I'd like to thank our previous guest from last month's show, Scotty Priest from Warriors of Wrestling, for coming down and spending a half hour with us. But right now, we're going to have a look at a clip from our current guest. I will introduce him after you have seen this clip. So, Guy, if we've got that DVD ready, if you could, please, let's just show the people what we're dealing with here.
Remembering the way things were in Germany, by the lakes where Hitler played, my family was given parades. The Von Schmidts, we had it made. Those were the days. And you knew where and when, watching plays in East Berlin, we could sure use a general like Joseph Himmel again. Didn't need United States while we're pushing down Poland's gates. Roosevelt was sour grapes. Those were the days.
Wow. Now, I know a great many of you are sitting there slack-jawed at what you just witnessed, because, yes, our guest via telephone today, via the ringside line, is the German Hammer himself, Josef Von Schmidt. Welcome to Ringside Highlights.
Guten Abend, all you people of New York, and especially you, Eddie Gunz. Thank you for having me on.
Well, Joseph, it's always a pleasure. I guess one of the first things we're going to have to ask you is, as everybody knows, you have got so many championships to your credit, it's absolutely terrifying. I believe it's like 7 at last count, right?
8.
8. Oh,
yeah.
I must have fallen asleep for a day and missed one. Tell us a little about that.
Well, I came over from Germany, and I came to the United States, and after I came to the United States and started competing, quickly soon after that, I went to Mexico and Canada. And on those tours, I quickly captured championship after championship from people of the United States, people from Mexico, people from Canada.
8 championships to your credit. That's pretty astounding stuff.
And the fact that I hold them all simultaneous is even more a credit to my greatness.
I couldn't agree more, man. Absolutely. Tell us a little bit about how you got started in this business.
Well, I decided that I've seen a lot of this American wrestling on TV. And I said, you know, to myself, Josef Von Schmidt, this looks like something you could do, and you could do it much better. And of course, that's what happened. I just said I could do it better, then I came over here, and history speaks for itself. I hold 8 championships.
That is absolutely astounding. I guess one of the next most logical questions is, you're traveling all over the country these days, am I right?
Yes.
So where have you been lately, and what have you been up to?
Oh boy, lately, as of, let's say, we'll go back to a few months. As of a few months ago, I was in Canada, in Nova Scotia, where we wrestled for the Halifax Dome. I forget the actual name of it, but it was a show with Bret Hart, and there was about 2,700 people in attendance. So they seen me defeat one of Canada's so-called best, a champion who won tournaments after tournaments year in a row. And guess what happened when Josef Von Schmidt turned up? They lost.
They lost.
What happened?
I love it. Oh my God, that's great. Okay, I guess one of the and fans are going to want to know, frankly, your appearance, as far as the way you carry yourself and I guess what you would describe as the gimmick which you use, is not exactly the most politically correct in this day and age. How does that work for you? Because apparently you make it work with phenomenal success.
Well, people are not as stupid as the media and politicians make them look. people want to hear the truth, regardless of how hard or harsh it is. I just merely dress the way I choose to dress in German history, because regardless of what anyone says about Germany, they are the greatest nation in the world. We've made more creations, more inventions, and more types of, from food to beverages to anything you can think of. Most of these things were originated by Germany or German people, whether they're in different parts of the world or not.
The hamburger, the Frankfurter, for instance. You guys don't know that, but it's true.
The beer, of course, what most Americans consume on a daily basis. The best beers are made in Germany.
Absolutely.
The best food cars are made in Germany.
And there's nothing wrong with having a good sense of nationalistic pride. And a lot of fans don't get that from you. You know, they don't understand that, but I do. Which is why I saw your stuff on YouTube, I saw your promotional clips, and said, I have got to have Josef Von Schmidt on this show. I don't care what strings I got to pull to make it happen. So here you are, and I got to tell you, it's an honor to have you here, sir.
It is my pleasure to be there. It does not matter. The person, what I look up to most is the intensity a person has, the drive, the willpower that they have. And you, my friend, you have that. So all the channels you have to go through, the agents, different levels of communicating with the people that are under Josef Von Schmidt to finally get me, I applaud you.
Well, thank you very much. And I am proud to be a member of the Von Schmidt Nation, absolutely.
Yeah, yes. It astounds me. Like, you deserve to be a member, because the people still do not even know. Like, we can say it as much as we can with our breath, and the people will not understand the lengths that you went through to find me, to get me on this phone.
Absolutely. And so what's 2011 going to hold for you? What are you going to be up to in the next year? What are you going to be up to in the next year?
Well, the first off, 2011, the first day of 2011, January 1st, is not going to be a good day for Russia. That is the first. Because I met Nikolai Volkov in Pennsylvania this day. And he is a Hall of Famer, I agree. I give him his credit. But he has never faced an 8-time champion. And I don't mean 8 times I won a belt, one belt. I hold 8 titles at once, right now. And I'm going to go there and show that old, decrepit, Russian piece of trash how superior Josef Von Schmidt and Germany is.
Oh my God, that is going to be a great match. I wish I could see it. And again, no doubt, I mean, Nikolai Volkov, legendary wrestler, and I've just, when he meets up with Josef Von Schmidt, that's going to be a battle. I guarantee you, boys and girls, that's going to be a tough match.
A lot of people do want to see that match, but I can tell you a few people that won't want to see that match. That is Nikolai's family, because they will relive the horror of me beating him from pillar to post.
Oh my God. We have another clip.
Guten Abend, IWA. Ich bin der Road Knight von Deutschland. Stark, groß und schön. Sehr gefährlich. Geh weg. Ärger's mich nicht. Aslitz, ich habe Plan. Einen großen Plan. Da starken. So. Oberheinden. Und das Schwarzu Sertoren. Deutschland über alles. Gredolf Hitterplex über alles. Josef Von Schmidt über alles.
This is the top 10 moves of Josef Von Schmidt. And there you see him in all his glory. Number 10. Ouch. Right Kreuz. Wow. So, why don't you tell us a little bit about some of these moves? Particularly, I think of most interest to most folks is that Cradolph Hitterplex.
Yeah, the Cradolph Hitterplex is one of my most top optional moves in my repertoire. When I hit a man with this, it is basically a brain buster off of my knee. My superior German knee. And then they hit, the back of the neck hits my knee, guess what gives? The neck.
Ouch. Looks extremely painful.
I wouldn't know. I've never taken it. I've given it to many, and I've seen many people pass out and squirm in pain, but I would assume it's very painful, but I cannot speak from experience.
Okay, that makes sense to me. Oh, wow. I mean, and you just got such a wide repertoire of moves that it's like pretty impressive. The Sieg Heil von Schmidt sweep. This one's one of my favorites.
That's paying homage to my German heritage. That's all.
Yeah, well, that is. Oh my God, that's impressive stuff. Oh! And there you saw it, folks. The Cradolph Hitterplex. That is some. That looks really, really bad. Ouch. Off the rope, big flip. Wow. Definitely, you've trained at a level that most people don't.
All the people can see me at josephvonschmidt.net, and as well, I will be opening a training school. You know, people say to me, why would I train some people in the wrestling business? You know, am I worried that I will lose some of my titles? It is for this simple fact. I want to train people to get them better, just so I can beat them after I'm done training them.
Good move. Now that's the way to be. Never let the student surpass the master. Absolutely.
Yes, and it is just, I want them to be stronger. You know, it is too easy of a challenge every day, day in and day out, facing normal trained Americans, and even though Mexicans and Canadians, and wherever I go. So I want to give them an edge. So it's almost like playing chess with a kindergartner. You can only beat them so many times before the game gets boring. Eventually you have to play against a person of intellectual superior or matching intellectually with yourself.
Oh my God, you are brilliant. You are talented. There's nothing more I can say about it. Mr. Von Schmidt, thank you for taking time out of your busy schedule to join us here on Ringside Highlights. And all the best luck to you next year. And good luck in that match with Nikolai Volkov.
Guten Tag, and the pleasure, of course, is all yours.
Absolutely. Folks, stay tuned. We'll be right back after this. Don't go away.
I'm Gangrel, and you're watching Ringside Highlights.